Stolen by Cam Matthews, goes up for the layup, and it is good. Bulldogs' first basket of the game, 7 minutes and 17 and a half minutes to go here in the first half. Down by 4 points, back-to-back three-pointers from the Tigers. And Mark Mitchell goes up for a layup and is fouled. So he will have 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, tough start here for State offensively, trying to find their groove. We talked about earlier before the ball game that State had needed to stop the 3. 2 early threes from Missouri. Kind of not what we needed to do to start the game, John.
Not exactly what you want. But nonetheless, Bulldogs having to fight back early. Usually Bulldogs at home get off to a hot start, but right now, Tigers have their number.
Yeah, we apologize for the technical difficulties early on. We are back up and running now, so he nails the second, so it's an 8-2 ball game.
Mark Mitchell goes 2 for 2. Now Josh Hubbard dribbles right up Broadway, down past half court. A bounce pass over to Claudel Harris on the left wing. He's going to take a screen from Keyshawn Murphy. Gets double team, now swings it over. A pass stolen in the passing lane. Pass attempted to hit Sean Jones Jr., stolen by Trent Price for a fast break layup. Now, pick and roll from Josh Hubbard to Keyshawn Murphy now on the low post. Closely guarded by Perkins. Back out to Claudel Harris. Now, Murphy at the wing. Pick and roll to Murphy with Hubbard. A floater off the back iron. Rebound Murphy back up for the layup. Off the glass, too strong. And this Mississippi State squad is off to a cold start in this game. Down 8 points early to the Tigers. Back now up to the top of the key to Mitchell. Mitchell swings it over. He's going to drive it inside the lane. Kicks it back out. Closely guarded by Matthews at the top of the key from Allen. Allen out of bounds. So Mississippi State possession.
Yeah, that defense right there by Cam kind of forced an errant pass at the top from the free throw line out to the corner. It's good defense and pressure. Forces a tough pass right there into the corner.
So now Cam Matthews will slowly dribble up past half court. Just under 16 minutes to go here in the first half. Down by 8 points. Matthews takes a screen from Hubbard. Hubbard, a wide open three-pointer on the left wing. Bottoms out. Josh Hubbard's first points of the game comes in a big way, down by 5 points. 10-5 Missouri over Mississippi State with 15:45 to go. Mark Mitchell with the ball at the wing, guarded by Murphy's. 15 on the shot clock, kicks it back out. Now in the corner with Bates. Bates, the leading scorer for Missouri, swings it across court back to the corner and Perkins. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to throw up a floater and bottoms out. Great floater from Barrett. Closing out on the shot clock. Now right wing with Matthews. Matthews kicks it out to Sean Jones. Sean Jones with 20 on the shot clock. Swings it over to Hubbard. Hubbard getting double teamed past half court. Aggressive defense from the Tigers. A corner 3 to Claudel Harris. A little long and a rebound from Missouri.
Yeah, tough for State. Shooting 25% now to start the game.
Robinson on a fast break. A bad pass stolen by Sean Jones. Mississippi State possession. Fast break. Claudel Harris on the fast break layup and is fouled.
Yeah, good job there by Sean Jones. Stole it on the right wing on the defensive end. They get it up the floor. It's a really good pass underneath there. Claudel waits on the defender, gets fouled on the way up after when he decides to go. That's a good decision by Claudel Harris. Hopefully, after this media timeout, State could kind of figure out their offensive woes.
Yes, Mississippi State off to a slow start. Probably the slowest start that we've seen them this season. 5 minutes into the game, only 5 minutes to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, especially at home. I mean, we've been starting quick the last couple of games at home. I mean, you think about Alabama. We started well this Wednesday against Alabama. Ole Miss, I mean, we went out on a huge run to start that game. Kentucky even, we went toe-to-toe with them to start the ball game. So, yeah, I think you're exactly right, John. It's probably haven't seen anything like this, State starting out so slow offensively, maybe since Auburn.
No doubt about it. Missouri definitely off to a hot start offensively, but it's coming on the defensive end. A lot of bad passes from the guards from Mississippi State leading to easy passing lane steals out of from Missouri's squad. But we're going to step aside and we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back after this media break. And we are back after the media timeout. Mississippi State down 7 points. Missouri leading now 12-5 over the Bulldogs. Now Claudel Harris on the charity stripe. Nothing but net on the first attempt. Claudel Harris has been a very viable option for the Bulldogs at the line this season, shooting around 70%. And the second attempt is off the mark, so Mississippi State closes the gap just a little bit, down by 6 points. And now Chris Jans and the Bulldogs moving to the 2-2-1 zone press. Now Missouri gets past half court. Over to Bates in the corner now, back over to the top of the key with Perkins. Perkins guarded by Sean Jones Jr. with 15 on the shot clock. Now swings it over to Gray on the left wing. Back over to Perkins for a corner wing three. Barely grazes the rim. Rebound by Bates. That ball landed right off the hands of Bates and rolled right out of bounds.
Yeah, it was an air ball on the wing three right there, and it allowed for a rebound for Missouri, but Keyshawn Murphy rather said no, sir, and just absolutely swatted that one and went out on him. So State ball here.
So now back to the top of the key with Matthews. Now swing over. Now Hubbard going to take a mid-range or a pull-up three-pointer and drills it. So now 9-12 with 14 minutes in the first half. Closing the gap, down by 3 points. So now top of the key with Perkins. He's going to swing it over to Robinson II. Swing back over to the corner. Now back in the hands of Perkins. He's going to throw up a layup and deflected. That'll be right off the hands of Cam Matthews as he went for the defensive rebound. So it'll stay Missouri ball and a fresh shot clock.
Yeah, it was great effort there, though, underneath for State, I thought. I'm sure you thought the same thing, John. Just couldn't quite come up with the basketball. That's all that was.
Just a basketball play, just how it ends sometimes. So it'll be Marquez Warwick to inbound for Missouri. He finds Josh Gray in the corner, back to Warwick at the top of the key. He's going to swing it over to Marshall, and a foul, travel not called. So 8 seconds on the shot clock with Gray. He's going to dribble handoff. A three-pointer goes up off the back iron. Rebound Mississippi State. It's now 25 seconds. Riley Kugel checking into the game for Mississippi State. A big offensive performance for him today would be huge. Now a high-low from Murphy to Nwoko. Off the mark on the floater. Rebound Sean Jones Jr. back in the hands of Hubbard. Hubbard going to kick it over to Kugel for a three-pointer. Air ball, rebound Mississippi State, and Keyshawn Murphy goes up with the easy layup.
Yeah, Murphy look what he found, man. I mean, that ball went right in his hands, able to put the layup up. State cutting it to 1 now.
Right in his hands, 11-12. Mississippi State closing the gap now in the hands of Perkins for the floater. Throws up a lob off the mark. Rebound Mississippi State. Now Josh Hubbard on the fast break. Kicks it to Kugel. Back over to Nwoko. Throws up a prayer and is fouled.
When you say prayer, John, he threw that one behind his back. I mean, it was one of those shots you would try and horse.
Oh,
I mean, that
goodness.
was a fantastic, I say fantastic, that was just a wild attempt. He's going to the line, but goodness gracious, if he would have hit that, I mean, SC top 10 for sure.
would have been something I have not seen before. Something that you don't really see unless it's, like you said, like a trick shot video off of Dude Perfect or something.
Exactly.
So Michael Nwoko gets set for the free throws, and he knocks down the first. Ties up this ball game all at 12 here with 12 minutes and 36 seconds. Now Mississippi State on a 7-0 run here in the last 2 minutes. A scoring drought for Missouri, and Mississippi State is taking advantage of it. Michael Nwoko goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. And now Mississippi State takes their first lead of the game. So now in the hands of Anthony Robinson II, guarded by Keyshawn Murphy at the top of the key. He swings it over to Gray, now at the left wing. Now Caleb Grill gets the ball in the handoff. Now corner three for Anthony Robinson. Rims out, rebound Gray. He tried to find his teammate Jacob Cruz, and that ball is deflected off Cruz's hands. So Mississippi State ball now with 12-12 in the first half. Now Riley Kugel in at point guard. He's going to take it across the half-court line, closely guarded by Robinson II. Now in the hands of Keyshawn Murphy. Dribble handoff to Claudel Harris. Pick and roll from Harris. Harris finds Murphy in the corner. Murphy going to drive baseline. Throws it back to Nwoko. Goes up. The layup is off the mark. Rebound Missouri.
Yeah, tough layup there, trying to absorb contact. Just couldn't do anything with it.
Works. Swings over to Cruz. Cruz back out to the corner for a right wing three, and Missouri drills it. Nice three-pointer from Jacob Cruz. So now in the hands of Sean Jones. Back over the top of the key with Michael Nwoko, and a foul called on the floor. It appears it's going to be dealt to Anthony Robinson, and a timeout taking on the floor. And tie Mississippi State only down by 2, but this has been a neck-and-neck game so far.
Yeah, I mean, I would say after the under 16 timeout, I think, Chris Jan's probably saying a lot of things that we can't repeat on this broadcast in the huddle. It's probably what he was saying, firing up his team there. It was a slow start, and like we mentioned, it's a slow start we really aren't used to, but we kind of got into the groove after the under 16 timeout. This was a great about 4 minutes for Mississippi State. Yeah, this thing's going to be neck and neck. These are two good basketball teams. You expect this game to be neck and neck. It's just if State or can State today come up with a big win at home. They've had one this year. They've had opportunities for 2 more against Bama and Kentucky, but here's an opportunity today that would really help you in the grand scheme of things when it's talking about seeding and making the tournament and all that. Here's an opportunity for you today. You got to play your guts out. You got to go win a ball game.
No doubt. The entire SEC as a whole has just been a gauntlet for every team. Everybody's beating up on each other, but like you said, 2 missed opportunities against Kentucky and Alabama. This is a must-win for Mississippi State, if you ask me. This is one of the best opportunities here within the schedule that Mississippi State can take a top 25 ranked win, and this is the best opportunity that I see for Mississippi State here within this last stretch. Right now, this is probably as hard as it gets for Mississippi State. The schedule will slow up, but Mississippi State has to take advantage of these moments now with Missouri right in arm's reach.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be, you mentioned we're at kind of it never stops. A good thing is, though, after this game, you get a break during the week. We don't play the entire week until Saturday. We go on the road to Athens and play at Georgia, which obviously will be another tough ball game. So you win this game today, you get a well-needed rest, and it'll kind of prepare you. Basically, it's like a bye week during the week. It'll prepare you for the rest of the season. But, yeah, this win today is very important for Mississippi State. It would help you get back over 500. At 5-4 in the SEC, you know, it's an opportunity to strengthen your case for a higher seed when it comes tournament time in March.
Yes, Mississippi State already with 2 road wins in the SEC so far in conference play, and so they've lost 2 home games. So right now, this would put them back ahead of above 500. So now, back after the timeout, Riley Kugel now at the top of the key, down by 2 points, 13-15. Missouri with the lead. Now Kugel closely guarded by Warwick. He's got to throw up a layup, and a travel called on Kugel.
Yeah, just lifted that pivot foot in the lane. That was a obvious call right there. Here, the thing about Kugel, he can't get too much into his head. It kind of felt like he was in his head last game against Alabama. He kind of struggled in the Vandy game, and he kind of got in his head and didn't play as much. So he just can't get in his head today if he makes mistakes. That way he can have a good ball game.
So Robinson passes to Gray on the left wing. Wing back over to Robinson. Robinson guarded by Kugel, 13 on the shot clock. Robinson going to drive baseline. A double team coming from Claudel. He kicks it back out to Cruz for a 3. Off the mark. Rebound Missouri. And Kugel comes it right in there after the rebound from Missouri. Knocks it out, but it'll be Missouri ball with 17 seconds on the shot clock. 10:40 on the game clock here in the first half.
Yeah, Kugel trying to hustle to get that ball. That ball getting loose kind of resulted. We just didn't really box out well underneath, and the ball just kind of got loose. Missouri had a free rebound but lost it. Kugel trying to help the defensive end for State.
Robinson looking at inbound, finds Cruz on the left wing. Now back in the hands of Bates. Bates takes a screen from Cruz. Bates inside to Gray. Gray double teamed by the Bulldogs. He throws up a layup and finds the bottom of the basket. 17-13 Missouri over the Bulldogs right now. So now left wing in the hands of Murphy. Finds a wide open Kugel in the right corner. Kugel pick and roll. A bad pass and stolen by Missouri. Now fast break. Now in the hands of Robinson on the dunk and blocked by Murphy. But official says it was a foul. He says he caught the wrist. And so it's 2 shots coming up for Tamar Bates.
That looked clean on the replay there, John. I don't know. Maybe he got body on him. There maybe we just didn't see it well enough. But on the replay on the video board they showed us, I don't know about you, that looked pretty clean to me.
It looked pretty clean to me.
But State got to get out of this scoring drought of about 2.5 minutes. Got to get back to how we were playing after the under-16. Play that consistent offense and the suffocating defense.
No doubt. Now, Tamar Bates makes the first basket. Tamar Bates, the Indiana transfer. He is the clear-cut best player on this Missouri squad at 26 last time out against Ole Miss. And Bates goes 2 for 2 from the line. Now Josh Hubbard back in the game. Closely guarded by Robinson. A double team on Hubbard now swings it back over to Claudel Harris on the left wing. Harris going to drive baseline. Gets met. Finds Sean Jones outside. Back out to Harris. Harris pass deflected. Now 9 seconds on the shot clock. Murphy at the top of the key. 5 on the shot clock. Murphy going to drive inside the lane. Tries to dump it off. Stolen by Missouri. Missouri on the fast break now with the hands of Robinson. Robinson finds Cruz back in the hands of Robinson on the left wing. Robinson guarded by Harris Jr. He's going to take a screen from Josh Gray. Drives inside the lane. No push off. And an offensive foul called.
Yeah, that's the right call. That's the right call. Sorry to interrupt you there, John. That's the right call, though. I mean, he absolutely dug his shoulder right into him. Yeah, it's a perfect call right there. It's a well-needed turnover for Mississippi State's defense.
Thought Robinson would be called initially as he entered inside the lane, but gets caught as he gets right close to the basket. So Hubbard Swing pass over to Melendez. Swing pass over to Harris. Harris going to drive baseline and goes up with the easy right-handed layup.
Nice drive on the baseline right there. Really good layup, good finish, good points for State.
15-19, State down by 4. 19-15, Missouri now in the hands of Robinson, guarded by Sean Jones. Great defense with 15 on the shot clock. Now Bates swings over to Robinson. And great defense stolen by Mississippi State. Hubbard swings over to Melendez for a right wing three, knocks it down. Mississippi State down by 1 point, 19-18. Missouri on top. Bulldogs looking to go for a run. Now Robinson swings over to Bates. Back over to Robinson. Robinson guarded by Harris. Now Cruz going to take a long three-pointer and drills it right over Hubbard.
Man, what an answer for Missouri right there. State had a little bit of momentum there, but I answer a big, long, deep three.
22-18. Missouri with the lead, up by 4. Now Harris swings over to Hubbard back at the top of the key. A 3-2 zone now for the Tigers. So now Sean Jones swings over to Hubbard. 9 seconds on the shot clock. High post to Melendez. Back out to Claudel. A short three-pointer rebound, Missouri. So now Tamar Bates now with the right wing off his foot. No call on it. On the place. Now 20 on the shot clock. Swings over to Cruz for a long three-pointer and answers again. Back-to-back three-pointers for, Caleb Grill, the Iowa State transfer. And he has gone back-to-back three-pointers, and this is an unbelievable three-point shooting performance so far for Missouri. So now Sean Jones on the right wing. Finds Hubbard on the left wing. 13 on the shot clock. Sean Jones. Swing pass to the corner to Claudel Harris. Now Hubbard going to take a long three-pointer. Drills it and is fouled. A 4-point play coming up for Josh Hubbard. And what a three-pointer from the young man.
Yeah, fantastic. That'll send us to the under 8, but a fantastic three-pointer. State was just, dying to have a play like that right there. Missouri coming down and knocking down those threes. Man, Hubbard played great last game. I don't want to jinx it, but, he's starting to play like Josh Hubbard should play, and it's really good that he's doing it now, right in the middle and the thick of the Southeastern Conference schedule.
No doubt about it. Josh Hubbard started off shooting at a remarkable rate at the beginning of the season. Early conference play started to slow down, and after a 38 performance against Alabama last time out, he comes up and is now 3 for 3 with 9 points. All three-pointers so far. But Josh Hubbard, boy, would we love to keep this up tonight against Missouri.
Yeah, exactly. And, hey, what did we talk about? Young blood last game for Alabama. Had all those shots go in, 7 three-pointers. And guess what? We found another guy that's going to do it today. Grill is 2 for 3 from 3 today. The last three he shot was just I couldn't believe he made it. It was a long left wing three. We got to close down on him, got to close down on the arc, but you hope you don't have another performance like Youngblood had Wednesday for Alabama to this afternoon at the Hump today for Missouri.
Yeah, Caleb Grill, man, he is not afraid to pull it. 22 points, 5 rebounds. We know the scouting report on him after his performance against Ole Miss, but this is a guy that, man, he's a ball player. He's definitely developed in his role. He's been passed around from a few different college campuses, starting off at UNLV and then transferred to Iowa State. Now he's thriving here at Missouri. Well, we're going to step aside here for just a second. We'll be back after the under 8 timeout. And so after the three-pointer from Josh Hubbard, he knocks it down and is fouled. So Josh Hubbard at the line to complete the 4-point play. Mississippi State down by 3 points after the Hubbard make. And Mississippi State going to transition into a full-court man defense. So now Caleb Grill inbounds to Bates. Now in the hands of Perkins at the top of the key. Perkins guarded by Hubbard, and he's going to swing it over to Cruz. Cruz in the left corner. Guarded by Sean Jones, 15 on the shot clock. Cruz finds wide open Caleb Grill for another three-pointer and drills it. 3 for 3 in the past 3 possessions for Missouri, and they've been able to find their wide open shooter, Caleb Grills. Now, Josh Hubbard swings over to Sean Jones inside to R.J. Melendez. A wide open corner 3 for Claudell Harris, and he knocks it down.
Good answer right there. Breaking that zone, getting inside into the middle of the paint, and then kicking it out. That's where you stress the zone. Good job from State.
25-28, Missouri leads. Cruz going to take a three-pointer and answers again. 4 straight three-pointers for Missouri. And this Tiger squad can shoot the ball. Now Sean Jones Jr. on the right wing finds Hubbard, top of the key. Now in the hands of Cam Matthews on the left wing. Matthews, guarded by Perkins, swings over to Claudell Harris. Harris swings over to Sean Jones. Sean Jones going to take it inside the lane, goes up and under, throws up a layup off the backboard, rebound Missouri. So now Caleb Cruz on the right wing, swings it back over to Perkins, guarded by Sean Jones. Perkins going to dribble over to right wing. Now Cruz going to take a three-pointer off the mark, and a foul is called on Missouri. It'll be on number 25, Mark Mitchell.
Yeah, just a foul there underneath on the rebound, so a loose ball foul to go State's way. But, John, I'm worried they're going to start shooting from the half-court line and start drilling them. I mean,
my goodness.
They are drilling threes from West Point. I mean, it's just this is something, man. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, that was an open 3, but goodness gracious, how that was a deep shot.
So deep. These guys can shoot the rock. So now at the elbow with Matthews, kicks it over to Hubbard for a step-back three-pointer and drills it. Josh Hubbard, ladies and gentlemen, he's back-to-back 4 three-pointers, and he's now got 13 points on the day here in the first half. Mississippi State down by 3 points. Missouri up 31-28. Now with 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Now Caleb Cruz going to take a three-pointer off the mark. Rebound Missouri. Back up with it is Pierce. Off the mark again. Tried to save it was Riley Kugel, and Mark Mitchell gets the rebound, goes up with it, makes the layup, and he's going to have a free throw.
Yeah, just unlucky right there. Kugel rebounded the basketball, but he rebounded it right on the baseline, so he had to throw it back in, throws it right back to Mitchell. He's able to go up. Cam fouls him on the way up, and a chance for an and one here.
And I just feel as though the past few performances for Mississippi State, we've been able to knock down some tough shots after the defense that they're throwing out at us. But it just seems like Alabama and Missouri are able to respond back-to-back possessions after we throw something good out. So the free throw from Mitchell is in and out. Rebound Murphy. Now top of the key with the Bulldogs. Murphy guarded by Mitchell. Murphy trying to find Hubbard. 15 on the shot clock. Finds Cam Matthews. Matthews going to drive inside the lane with the two-hand slam.
Yeah, they faked it to Hubbard coming around the perimeter. He's drawing the defense right now and just cut right in. It was a beautiful, brilliant play from Cam Matthews.
Cam Matthews now with 4 points. Cruz going to take a three-pointer off the back iron. Rebound Mississippi State. Now Josh Hubbard on the fast break. Bulldogs down by 3 points. A lob thrown to R.J. Kugel off the mark. And that is just a costly play right there. We know a big alley-oop like that would get this crowd into it, but man, you'd love to have your points.
Yeah, it's just was honestly just a high pass right there. A good idea right there, just a little off the mark. It was the right play, just couldn't quite make the pass.
Bulldogs down by 3 points with 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Now Caleb Grill drives inside the lane, dumps it off to Pierce for the easy 2.
Yeah, good play by Grill right there. Draw on the defense, makes a beautiful pass underneath. It's a good follow from Pierce.
Missouri up by 5 points. Now Riley Kugel swings over to Matthews at the top of the key. Now Hubbard back over to Kugel. Kugel going to drive baseline, gets his own rebound after the missed layup. Rebound by Murphy goes up and fouled on the mini hook attempt. So Keyshawn Murphy will have 2 shots at the line, and a media timeout is taken on the floor. And Ty, this has been an interesting half, to say the least.
Yeah, well, you mentioned this point earlier. It seems like with Alabama and Missouri, we take our best shots and they just come right back at us. Well, that's how it is in the Southeastern Conference this year. It's the best conference in basketball, and you're seeing it and you're listening to it right now. Each team goes back and forth each other. You cannot give up a possession because that's a chance where, you could fall behind even more. So it's going to be a battle throughout this ball game, but that's just the reality of the SEC this year. Is every single contest is going to be just an almighty battle.
A straight up dogfight, to say the least. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back here with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. And we are back after the media timeout. Keyshawn Murphy, before the timeout, was fouled and has 2 shots. His first one off the mark for the missed layup.
Yeah, Keyshawn. Keyshawn, not the best free throw shooter on the year. He hits one every now and then, usually 1 of 2 from the line. So we'd like to see him make both here, but at least just get us 1.
And the second one rattles in. Ty got his 1 free throw he asked for, so Mississippi State back in the 2-2-1 zone. Kugel and Matthews at the top of the zone. Claudel and Hubbard on the backside. Now Bates going to drive in strong with the left-handed layup and knocks it off the backboard. So now Missouri Tigers up 37-31, a 6-point lead now with 3 minutes left here in the game. Matthews over to Kugel for the short corner pull-up. Off the back iron, rebound Missouri. So now top of the key with Perkins. Perkins guarded by Kugel with 18 on the shot clock. Bates on the right wing. Back over to Perkins in the corner, guarded by Matthews. Perkins Back out to Mitchell. Mitchell thought about a three, guarded by Murphy. 7 on the shot clock. Double teamed in the corner. Great defense by Matthews. Last touched by the hands of Cam Matthews. And so it's going to be 3.6 seconds on the shot clock. Mississippi State looking to make this defense a little bit more aggressive here in the final minutes.
Yeah, sort of a tricky place to inbound, too. Kind of like right on the corner here. So watch this inbound here, especially with a low shot clock.
Bates finds Cruz, guarded by Melendez. Got a step back three-pointer. It's just short. Rebound Mississippi State, and a shot clock violation will be called. And you got to take your win right there with Caleb Grill taking a three-pointer.
Yeah, totally. It's a tough three-pointer for him, which he's made plenty of those today. But, it's a good possession for Mississippi State defensively. Now got to answer on the offensive end.
So Mississippi State down by 6, 37-31. Just under 2.5 minutes to go. R.J. Melendez off the pass from Murphy. Now top of the key with Harris. Finds Murphy inside. That'll bounce off the outstretched hand of Caleb Grill. And so it'll be an inbound underneath the basket for the Bulldogs with 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Let's see. We're gonna get Harris to inbound this one here.
Harris Jr. on the left side underneath the basket. 2:17 in the first half. He finds Cam Matthews in the corner. Back out to Harris. Harris thought about driving baseline. He's going to drive inside the middle. 4 on the shot clock. He's going to fade away mid-range jump shot. Nearly rattled in, but a foul called on the floor on Mark Mitchell. Tried to box out Keyshawn Murphy, but just couldn't. Yeah,
save State right there. That was a tough shot, and that thing almost fell down through the net for Claudell Harris. So we're going to get 1-1 right here, all with Missouri with 18 fouls in the first half. So State in the bonus.
So now with the bonus, a 1-1 coming up for Keyshawn Murphy. Murphy 1 for 2 from the charity stripe today. Murphy only 3 points here this afternoon, 1 for 3 from the field. And his first one of the 1-1 is off the mark, rebound Missouri. So another missed opportunity from the Bulldogs, only 63% from the free throw line. So now Perkins on the fast break, kicks out to Pierce for a wide open three-pointer and drills it. And after that, Chris Jans is going to call a timeout. He is upset right now with his Bulldog squad.
Yeah, and he should be. He left him wide open right there for the three, and on both ends right now, it's tough pickings for State. You got, defensively, Missouri shooting lights out, 50% from three, 52% from the field. You have shot well today if you're Mississippi State, but right now you've gone through a lot of cold spells, John. I mean, we had, to start the game, you had a terrible start, and now you hadn't scored a bucket from the field in the last 2 minutes, just over 2.5 minutes. Yeah, you got to get it going. You got to be consistent right now. That's what we kind of lacked to finish the game against Alabama last week. Just got to find consistency, and you're a good basketball team. You just lack the consistency sometimes in these big SEC games.
Could not have said it better myself. So Mississippi State now down by 9 points, the largest lead of the game for Missouri. And so inbound pass to Josh Hubbard. Now Missouri in that diamond press. They're going to swing it back over to Hubbard for the top of the key. A long three-pointer just off the front iron, off the back. Rebound Missouri. The first miss of the game for Josh Hubbard. Now with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. So now in the hands of Perkins, he's going to take a screen from Josh Gray back over the top of the arc to Grill. Back over to Perkins. Perkins takes the screen from Bates. Back over to Bates on the right wing, guarded by Murphy. Bates, a step-back three-pointer. Off the mark, rebound from Missouri. Gray with the rebound, 15 on the shot clock. And so Perkins, now guarded by Hubbard on the right wing. You got to take a screen from Grill. Now top of the key. Now with Perkins. Now Grill going to take a long three-pointer and drills it. And you said it, Ty, from the half-court line, Grill drills it as the shot clock goes down.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up, John. I mean, goodness gracious. State plays great defense twice there. Just couldn't get the rebound, and we pay for it with the three ball.
Largest lead of the game, corner three for Claudel. Off the mark, rebound Missouri. Now fast break with Bates. Bates with just a hair over the shot clock mark. Nearly overlapping. 19.4 on the game clock, 19 on the shot clock. And Missouri's going to call a timeout, and they're going to try to find a good shot to close out this half.
Yeah, I mean, if they get a good shot, especially a three, they go into the game or into the half up 15. And with the possession error the way it is right now, Missouri's going to get the ball after the half too. So I mean, yeah, this is a bad spot for Mississippi State. You gotta find a way to get a stop right here and make it to half. Maybe you get a bucket at the end, but at the very least, you just need to find yourself getting a stop and get into the half and readjust from there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of adjustments for Mississippi State as we approach halftime. Chris Jans has a lot to talk about with his team, but right now it's just defending the three ball, and that's been the answer for the past 3 games, if you ask me. But right now, the second thing that is on the checklist for Chris Jans is rebounding. Right now, Missouri is winning the offensive rebound game right now, and that's making the difference. So now inbound, Missouri in the ball's in the hands of Perkins, guarded by Claudel. 10 seconds on the shot clock and the game. Grill, a wide open three-pointer in the corner. Rebound, Missouri off the mark. And Gray goes up with it, so 45-31. RJ Melendez throws up a prayer, nearly goes in. That would have been a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a great way to end the half with momentum right there. I mean, that thing almost went in, but hey, you just mentioned it. Offensive rebounds is they're beating us by 2, and overall rebounds are beating us by 6. But we failed to get the rebound on the defensive end right there. That led to a rebound underneath, a putback, points in the paint for Missouri. They go up 14 to go into the halftime. Just not the greatest half for Mississippi State on either end of the floor. Went through dry spells offensively, struggled to guard the 3 defensively. It's tough sometimes, though, to guard the 3 when they're shooting it from the half-court line. But still, we have had some, we've left guys open. Even on that last possession, Grill was open in the corner. He just missed a shot. So we got to close out at the perimeter. Just got to play better defense, but all around have to play better basketball.
No doubt. When you look at just as a half of a whole, I mean, this is a tough basketball team that we're playing, but Josh Hubbard shooting lights out. Couldn't have asked much more from him. But just some of the defensive performances right now, we have some guys that have to step up and do their job.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I mean, and it comes from everybody. I mean, because Missouri has had success with a couple of guys from the 3. I mean, Pierce has 1, Perkins has 1, Mitchell has 1, Cruz has 1, and obviously Grill is shooting lights out. So that's 5 or 6 guys I just rattled off right there that have at least made a 3 and have attempted some 3s. So that tells you it comes from everybody, and the effort needs to be picked up from everybody on the floor. So you're right. I mean, the defensive performance has been lackluster today. We got to figure it out. We got to guard the perimeter, close out better, and maybe we can have some success in the second half. And also, and you can speak on this too, John. I mean, big thing is got to rebound. When they miss shots, have to absolutely rebound, not allow for second chance points.
And I get it. Josh Gray is 7 foot 260. I mean, our biggest guy is 6'10", around 220, 230. So you got about an inch and 30 or 40 pounds on you. So
yeah, but the thing with that though is, hey, he can be that much taller than you, but if you're more physical than him and you box him out, there's nothing he can do. All he can do is go over the back, and they're going to call out a foul. So it just comes to who is going to be more physical when it comes to rebounds, it comes to who's going to be more physical inside. That's what we really need, is for the Bulldogs to be physical inside and get those rebounds. That way we can stop giving Missouri chances for second chance points.
Those are going to be the keys for the second half. We're going to take a break and step aside for the remainder of halftime. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Mississippi State down to Missouri, 45-31. We'll be back to cover the rest of the Bulldogs and the Tigers matchup. And we welcome you back out to the Humphrey Coliseum alongside Ty Goldman. I am John Wesley Cochran. And Ty, Mississippi State down by a lot more than we expected after the start of this game. Well, we started off slow and then we closed the gap, and then now the gap has been opened a little bit more than we would like to, but Mississippi State needs to make some adjustments after this half, and we discussed that a little bit, but the two big key factors are guarding the three ball and rebounding.
Yeah, you got to close out a little bit better. With the three, there's only so much you can do when a team's shooting like they're shooting right now. So you just got to give max effort, do the best that you can. To guard the three, it's tough to guard somebody shooting this well. But yeah, that's one big thing is just give a little bit more effort guarding the three ball. Another thing like that we mentioned, got to rebound a little bit better. When Missouri does miss, right, we got to make sure they don't have another chance to get out there and make another shot again. So those two things got to clean up. And then on the offensive end, obviously get the ball in the hands of Josh Hubbard. Hubbard has been hot today, 4 of 5. He made, 5 or 6 threes last game against Alabama, a career-high 38 points. So he's starting to feel it now at this point in the season. So you got to get it to him, but you got to have your guys play well around him. That's something that we didn't have too much of last game. Keyshawn Murphy played well against Alabama, but we really haven't had anybody other than Josh Hubbard kind of stand out tonight. So we need some guys, maybe get Cam Matthews. He's got 4 points, and he's only shot twice from the field. He's 2 of 2. So, he's had some, good offensive possessions. Just got to get hot, but State got to play with more effort, more intensity in this second half.
Yeah, we'd love to see some guys show out this half with Riley Kugel yet to buy a basket so far. RJ Melendez has just been on a cold streak as well in the past 3 to 4 games, so would love to see an offensive performance out of him break out in this half. Starts on the defensive end. So now, ball in the hands of Josh Gray on the left wing. Missouri Tigers moving right to left. Now in the hands of Robinson. Great defense by Cam Matthews. So now ball in the hands of Perkins. Perkins dribble handoff to Bates. Bates on the left wing. Guarded by Matthews. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gray guarded by Murphy. He's going to take up a three-pointer off the mark and a shot clock violation. Great defense to start the half for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, exactly. And, the thing I wanted to see was effort and intensity. Cam Matthews going from a defensive end, knocking the ball free all the way into the back court and hustling to that ball and then switching back when they get in the front court. Great effort from him. Good possession for State.
So Josh Hubbard double team, swing pass, threads the needle to Harris. So now Josh Hubbard, right wing, 14 on the shot clock. Swings it over to RJ Melendez. Melendez back over to Harris. Harris for a three-pointer off the mark. Rebound Missouri. Now Perkins takes it across half court, guarded by Hubbard. Hubbard on the right wing, going to take a screen from Josh Gray. Swings it back over to Bates. Bates inside to the post to Gray, double teamed. Finds a wide open teammate, Perkins, for a corner three. Off the mark. Rebound Mississippi State, but over the back foul called on the Tigers. So it'll be Mississippi State basketball with 18:44 to go here in the second half.
Yeah, another good possession there. It was a good look on the last offensive possession for State. Just couldn't knock it down. Got to start getting those shots to fall if you're going to come back in this ball game.
Mississippi State looking to inch back here in the second half with a hefty lead that Missouri has. A bad pass from Hubbard over to Matthews. Able to recover the dribble. So now Murphy over to Hubbard. Hubbard going to take a three-pointer, is fouled. And so 3 shots coming up for Hubbard at the charity stripe. Hubbard so far today 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 4 for 5 from 3. So 3 shots here would definitely help in the chance for Mississippi State to crawl back into this game. So Hubbard splashes the first free throw.
Yeah, he's 1 for now 2 for 2, but was 1 for 1 from earlier from that 4-point play he had early in the ball game. Yeah, he's played well today. He's been a good free throw shooter for State this year as he drains the second one. So State You make this one, cut it to 11, have another good defensive possession. Try and get this crowd back into this ball game as well.
Mississippi State as a team, 70% from the line. And Hubbard goes 3 for 3. So now Mississippi State and their defensive adjustments trying to add on by getting some points from the defensive side of the ball. So Hubbard guarding Perkins, full court. So now past half court in the hands of Bates on the right wing. Bates guarded by Harris. Bates going to take a mid-range pull-up and splashes that one.
Yeah, nice job. He found some space, and that was a perfect shot right there. Good decision from Bates, who's been the guy for Mizzou this year.
So now ball in the hands of Murphy. Dribble handoff to R.J. Melendez. Double-teamed. Finds Murphy back again in the low post. Guarded by Perkins. Goes up with it and is fouled. And one opportunity. What a layup from Keyshawn Murphy.
Yeah, good layup. Going to see it on the screen here again. He just goes right at Perkins. Or was that Perkins or Pierce? It was on Pierce.
Yeah,
He went right at Pierce and was really physical with it. Went up, made the shot. He's got a chance here to knock it down. Murphy, 1 of 3 from the line tonight, so, got to find a way to make this one here.
And Murphy redeems himself with a 3-point play. So Mississippi State down by 10 points with 17:50 to go in the second half. Bulldogs, like we said, crawling back into this game, one possession at a time. Mark Mitchell looking at inbound, finds Perkins. Perkins guarded by Hubbard, full court. Perkins going to dribble up the right side, zigzags over to the left. Heavy defense from Hubbard. Finds Mark Mitchell, guarded by Murphy. Mississippi State playing denied basketball. So now swings back over to Pierce on the right wing. Bates going to take a deep three-pointer and bottoms out. A big three-pointer and a big answer from the Tigers. 37-50. Bulldogs down by 13. Ball back in the hands of Hubbard at the top of the arc. Hubbard swings over to Melendez. Melendez, 10 seconds on the shot clock, finds Cam Matthews here in the short corner. Back over to Melendez for a three-pointer. Off the front iron, in and out. Rebound, Missouri Tigers. And a timeout. Appears to be maybe an injury timeout. The officials immediately called something after Grill appeared to be in a little bit of pain. I'm not exactly sure what the call was, but
yeah, I think they just stopped play there. Usually when the offense gets in the front court and they've got a guy in the back court, they'll stop play if a guy appears to be shaking up. Grill's still in the ball game, though, so didn't come out.
So now Perkins with the ball, swings over to Mark Mitchell, guarded by Matthews.
Tough defense.
Tough defense from Matthews. Mitchell driving inside the lane, double teamed by Murphy, and Matthews throws up a prayer, deflected by Hubbard. Ball last touch by the Bulldogs.
God, that was close, John. I thought it might have been out on Bates right there. They showed us on the board. I thought it might have been out on Bates. It was just great defense, though, from State regardless. Hubbard with active hands knocking that one away. Mizzou will have it, though.
So 6 seconds on the shot clock. Mizzou inbounds it. Grill just past half court, drives inside the lane, right-handed layup, and finishes it.
Yeah.
They called a goaltend because of the late block attempt from Cam Matthews. So the basket counts 52-37, and Missouri pulling away. Bulldogs need to act fast on offense before this gets out of hand. So the ball back in the hands of Hubbard. Zone defense now for the Tigers. Claudel back over to Hubbard. Hubbard to Matthews. Matthews back over to Claudel Harris. Harris inside to Matthews. Goes up for the dunk and is blocked by Mark Mitchell. Now Perkins across half court, driving inside the lane. Dumps off to Mitchell. Mitchell, no offensive foul called. Gray throws up a layup and is fouled by R.J. Melendez.
Yeah, They didn't call the foul like you said. I thought maybe it could have been called there. It was Mitchell underneath, and he might have dug a shoulder underneath.
I thought I saw a little bit of a shoulder and a little bit of arm extension, but no foul call. They might have said it was a flop. I'm not exactly sure, but
yeah, they called that one on Murphy, though, so Murphy does end up getting the shooting foul, so they'll be at the line when they come out after this under 16. But, man, just not the – it's been both teams have gone right back and forth at each other this half, but State doesn't need that. State's got to go on a run, and they got to play some tough defense. In fact, you were down 14 at the half. Now you're down 15. Yeah, State's got to play better defense. Got to get some shots to fall, too. You had an open look for Claudel Harris earlier. You had an open look for Melendez from both those from three and couldn't nail those. So, yeah, State's got to get some shots to go down.
Yes, lots of adjustments that still need to be made. The one adjustment is scoring the basketball. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be back after the media timeout. You're listening to Mississippi State Basketball and the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Are back after the media timeout. A foul was called on Keyshawn Murphy, so Josh Gray will have two shots at the line. 15:49 to go here in the second half. A 52 to 37 point lead. Missouri on top of the Bulldogs. And Josh Gray knocks down the first.
Yeah, this is probably there's no probably. This is the biggest deficit State has faced at home all year. So this is kind of uncharted territory for MSU.
Just a completely different style of basketball team that we're used to seeing. Most teams really don't play us in a zone. So pretty interesting to see. So a scary pass from Sean Jones to Hubbard. Nwoko back over to Hubbard. Hubbard swing pass to Riley Kugel. Rebound Missouri. Josh Gray finds Perkins. Perkins back over to Mark Mitchell. Mitchell guarded by Matthews. Now top of the key to Perkins. Guarded by Hubbard with 18 on the shot clock. Man-to-man defense for Mississippi State. Perkins looking to take a screen, dumps it off to Gray. Gray goes up with a right-handed finish and drills it off the backboard. So Hubbard, right wing. Bulldogs down nearly by 20 points, 37-56. Hubbard on the right wing dumps it off to Matthews. Matthews back over to Nwoko. Nwoko over to Matthews. Matthews inside to Riley Kugel. His right-handed finishes. Rims out. Rebound Missouri. Now Perkins on the fast break with Missouri. Bates off the corner. Dumps it off to Gray. Gray back out to Perkins with 18 on the shot clock. So Perkins takes a screen from Mitchell. Takes a screen from Gray. Zigzags around the screens. Blocked by Michael Nwoko. So Missouri will have the ball on the left side underneath the basket with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, good block there by Nuoco. State needs to stop here. Looks like Missouri going to check in. Looks like Cruz going to come into the ball game, replacing. It's Gray that he's going to replace. So, yeah, 5 seconds on the shot clock here, and they get the inbound in.
So inbound Missouri back out. Grill going to take a long three-pointer and drills it once again. What a day for Caleb Grill. Now 5 3-pointers on the day. He's shooting above 50% now. Michael Nwoko at the elbow inside to Matthews. Dumps it off to Sean Jones. Back outside to Hubbard with 15 on the shot clock. Hubbard double teaming in the corner to Michael Nwoko with a left-handed finish off the backboard. That was last touched on Missouri, so 9 seconds on the shot clock, and Mississippi State will inbound underneath the basket.
Yeah, State needs a bucket here. A scoring drought of basically 4 minutes, 0 of their last 5. Meanwhile, Missouri,
A 12-1 run.
yeah, 5 of their
1.
last 7. They just can't miss, and State can't find a bucket.
So Matthews looking to inbound, finds Michael Nwoko. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Matthews going to take a three-pointer off the back iron, rebound Missouri.
Not the shot you need right there with, I mean, you only pass it to 2 guys. It's not the shot you need right there late in the shot clock. Just a bad shot for State.
So Perkins takes the screen from Gray. Triple teamed in the corner. And Michael Nwoko is tripped up on that. Here's some ankle problems.
Yeah, he was hopping on his right foot. It's his left foot that he's got an issue with. He's kind of tightening the shoelaces now. Hope he's all right, but yeah, just kind of he's okay now. Might have got stepped on his toe or something like that, so he's walking on it now. Looks like he's all right, but Mizzou will inbound the ball underneath on the baseline.
So 59-37, Missouri pulling away over the Bulldogs right now. Top of the arc with the Grill back over to Robinson. Takes a screen from Grill. Robinson takes a screen from Gray. Back to the top of the key to Grill. Grill going to take a long three-pointer, and Caleb Grill splashes it once again. 6 3-pointers for the young man. This has been a transfer student out of Indiana that has been a force to be reckoned with here in Starkville tonight. And a bad pass from Matthews, stolen by Missouri. Robinson dumps it off to Grill. A near travel called. No call on the floor. Dumps it off. Bad pass from Missouri, so another turnover. 62-37, Missouri with an outstanding lead over the Bulldogs. Now 12:47 to go here in the second half. Josh Hubbard taking it down the left wing. Swings over to Riley Kugel. Inside to Matthews. Matthews going to take it inside the lane, off the glass and in. And finally, after a 5-minute scoring drought, Mississippi State finds a basket. Now top of the key with Robinson. Guarded by Matthews. Close defense now. Robinson kicks it back out to Bates. Bates over to Cruz. Cruz going to drive baseline. Kicks it over to Caleb Grill again. Off the mark, rebound Mississippi State. Sean Jones on the fast break. He's going to take it inside the lane. The right-handed layup is good. 41 points now for Mississippi State. 62 for Missouri. Just under 12 minutes to go in the second half. Mississippi State trying to develop some momentum to crawl back in this game. And a foul called on Sean Jones. Foul committed on Caleb Grill.
Yeah, just kind of held him. He was trying to cut and get the basketball. He cutting from the right wing, moving over to the left wing, and just kind of held him too much. I mean, you might as well, dadgummit. The dude's, what is he now? Let's look, 6 of 11 from 3. I mean, he's hitting shots from Tupelo. I mean, it's just, here's the deal. And we hadn't dealt with really any basketball game we've called this year on the network we haven't dealt with a game like this. Sometimes it just might not be your day, and it's kind of how it feels right now for Mississippi State. I mean, Missouri just hitting every shot possible. I mean, and State, when they do get stops, are not able to convert on the offensive end and knock down their looks. It's just been a tough afternoon for Mississippi State. Hopefully we can find our way back into this ball game. But, yeah, it just feels like it might not be our afternoon here at the Humphrey Coliseum.
No, you're right, Ty. You're right. And this is a Missouri team that started off conference play against the lower half of the SEC, some of the teams that we would call the lower half of the league. So they were handling their business against them, and now they're playing some tougher competition, and they're handling their business, and they've done exactly that, showing that they can compete against some of these top-ranked teams in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Missouri, they are Missouri. They beat Ole Miss at home. I mean, that's a good win. Ole Miss is a good basketball team. They beat, Vanderbilt at home. Vanderbilt's a good basketball team with 2 upsets over Tennessee and Kentucky. But, the 2 wins that stand out for them, they beat Kansas at home, and Kansas is a top team in the country, and they also beat Florida on the road, and Florida is I believe number 4 in the country. So they're prone to winning big games like this. They've had a couple on the year, and this is a big game for them and a big opportunity, and they're taking the most of it right now and taking advantage of it.
No doubt about it. It's been a crazy game so far for the Bulldogs, but Bulldogs going to fight to the very end of it.
So both teams will break from the timeout here and have some basketball. Missouri will kind of have a stack on the sideline. They'll inbound it to Robinson, guarded by Josh Hubbard, top of the key. He's moving left now, driving left elbow, drives inside the lane, finishes on the right side. It's a 2 for Missouri. Back up now by 23 points. So Claudell Harris will have it now on the offensive end and kicks it over to Hubbard, who will try and start the offense for the Bulldogs. 20 seconds on the shot clock. He still has the basketball now, top of the key, moves over to Sean Jones, and I talked about it's not kind of our day. Well, hey, it just went right through Sean Jones's legs and out of bounds.
Right through the legs once again. Mississippi State offense just cannot find a rhythm today. Just anything.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a prime example of it. So a 23-point ball game now. Over 11 minutes, just over 11 minutes. Missouri with it in the offensive end. It's Robinson at the top of the key. He moves left, now kicks it over to Bates. Bates driving right side on the right block, goes up with it. No good. Rebound, though, Missouri. And it's up and good. That's going to be Gray with the follow put back, and he's going to be fouled, and he'll have a chance to convert the and one, make it a 26-point ball game. It's standing now at 66-41. And John, I always call games with Scott, so bear with me there. But, John, a couple of Bulldog fans filing out of the Humphrey Coliseum on this early Saturday afternoon now.
No, this has been the toughest game to watch for a lot of these Mississippi State fans. And you just hate to see it, because this is a game that usually you would see a lot of people make the trip up from just all over parts of the state, from Jackson or from Biloxi or Tupelo, like you were talking about earlier. But this is a Saturday, a big game, and for Alabama, I think just that heartbreaking loss just did a lot. It crushed a lot of the hearts of these fans this season.
Yeah, I think you're right. As the free throw misses, I mean, I'll talk about this in a second, but yeah, the Alabama loss has kind of hurt us. State on the offensive end, it's Takeshawn Murphy. He's met at the rack and fouled by Cruz, so Murphy tried to slam it home, and he'll instead be fouled, and he'll go to the line. But you talk about that Alabama game. I've been conversing with my dad every time we have breaks in our broadcast here. it feels like Bama beat us twice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just feels like, they've kind of stuck in our heads, as Keyshawn Murphy nails the first one, stuck in our heads, that heartbreak of a ball game down to the last second, missing a layup to put us ahead with 15 seconds. It feels like they beat us twice. It's just kind of stuck in our mind, and it's stuck in our mind for this game against Missouri. And, kind of shows now as Murphy hits that free throw to convert it to a 23-point game. But, just kind of feels like they are in our heads after that Wednesday loss. Tough game here for State today. Melendez guarding tough outside on Anthony Robinson. He has it at the top of the key, moving left. They're going to call a foul on Melendez. Just a little bit too physical there, like the effort. But Melendez is going to be called for the foul.
And I think that was a foul called on Sean Jones. I think that was a really, really bad reach from Sean Jones. Tried to get an easy steal, but just hacked him in the left side.
So Missouri, after the inbound, has Robinson on the right wing, dribbling the basketball. Good defensive pressure from Hubbard, and Robinson will move it over to the left side, guarded by Sean Jones. Now on the block, he gets the layup that won't go. It's blocked, and it's picked up by Mississippi State. And a foul in the back court that's going to be on Robinson, and they're actually going to take a look at this. He fouled R.J. Melendez. They signaled for a review at the media box down there. So they're going to see if this is anything sort of flagrant. They're kind of talking about the situation at half court right now. We'll see what happens here, John. But what'd you see on that right there?
I honestly wasn't able to catch anything for the play that was at hand, but I saw the amazing block from Sean Jones and then a rebound from Mississippi State kick. I was watching Hubbard immediately on the fast break, but just immediately saw some commotion in the far right corner. So I guess we'll see a potential replay after this to see if a flagrant happened.
They're showing a basket cam right now. I'm not quite sure. I can't really. It honestly, John, tough angle here. It honestly just looked like a common foul on the floor to me. It kind of seems like Robinson just pulled Melendez's arm down. They're giving us another angle from the
Looks like
corner.
they were both kind of falling down at the same time, trying to. I think that's a basketball play. Both going for the ball. Maybe they just got wrapped up in each other.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you keep it on just a common foul here. It would put Missouri at, I believe, 5 team fouls in the half. So maybe if State gets in a bonus, that could help them on the offensive end. But let's see what they do. So they'll confirm the common foul. This will be the 4th foul, interestingly enough, on Anthony Robinson. He just hadn't been able to get much going today. Only 4 points in 14 minutes.
Yeah, he's definitely been a quiet guy today. He was somebody that we talked about being a potential star today in this matchup, but it's no surprise who the star today is from Missouri, and that is Grill. Caleb Grill has just shown out today.
Absolutely. 20 points for the young man today. Hubbard has the offensive end for State. He'll go to work. Top of the key, kicks it over Melendez, right wing. And Melendez will move to the top of the key, kicks at Sean Jones. They swing at Claudel Harris, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Missouri. They'll move it up the floor. Robinson still in the game after his 4th foul. Gives it to Perkins. Perkins with the basketball. Dribbling left, 20 on the shot clock. And he'll dribble right now, working off the screen. They get it to Cruz. Cruz fakes out Sean Jones, shoots a 3 up and good. That's been the story of the game. Mizzou has just hit every 3-point shot you could possibly imagine that they could hit.
Another one bites the dust.
Exactly. Murphy working a high-low inside. Melendez met at the rim. No foul called. It'll be a missed bucket for MSU, and Missouri will take it now the other end in their all-yellow attire this afternoon. Perkins with it top of the key, guarded by Keyshawn Murphy. A little bit of a mismatch here, feel like. Perkins more of a guard type. He'll move to the right wing with 10 on the shot clock. Missouri just running some clock right now. Just over 9 minutes to play, about 9:13 and running. Perkins will drive inside the lane, gets the layup to go. I talk about that mismatch. Perkins with a little bit more speed than Keyshawn Murphy. Shows it off right there, gets the follow to go. And so State now the offensive end. Sean Jones now kicks it over to Hubbard. Now back to Sean Jones. They get at the free throw line. Keyshawn Murphy, he'll go to work. Layup up and in. It is good. He lays it in on Josh Gray, and that's going to be a timeout for Mississippi State.
Yeah, and what a bucket from Murphy just to get the ball in the high post, make his move, get to the other side of the basket over a bigger and slightly taller defender in Josh Gray.
Yeah, most definitely. It was a good job by State. The guards outside, moving it inside to the elbow, and he just goes to work right there. Not quite the media timeout yet for this ball game at 8:53. I don't know if they decided to take the media timeout or not with it being this close, but probably not. It was a Mississippi State timeout. 71-45. We will take a break here and be back in just a minute. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Back here at the Humphrey Coliseum, it is a Missouri massive lead, 71-45 over Mississippi State, 26-point lead for the Tigers from Columbia, Missouri. It's going to be Mizzou with the basketball out of the Mississippi State timeout. Robinson will bring it up the floor. Robinson playing with 4 fouls, so something interesting to watch. This game well out of reach feels like for State, but interesting to see if he would foul out. A good move from Robinson near the free throw line. Can't get to go, but a rebound knocked around and gathered by Missouri. They'll kick it out. 3-ball left wing, no good. And a foul underneath. That's going to be a foul on, see who they call it on. They're going to call it on Missouri. A loose ball foul on the Tigers. And it'll go with Mississippi State. They're going to call that one on Cruz.
Yeah, and I could see R.J. Melendez fighting his tail off, trying to get a box out, and Cruz swiping off. So that was the right call from the official.
So Delquan Warren is newly checked into the ball game for State. He'll bring it up for the Bulldogs. Guarded closely by Robinson. He'll drive left elbow, going to try and go up with it. Can't get to go, but the ball will roll out off of Missouri. So State will have an inbound underneath on the baseline with 22 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, I would love to see Delquan Warren get some good minutes here in this final 8 minutes of the second half. See if he can get some quality reps.
Robinson will check out of the game now. They bring in Marquez Warwick out of Lexington, Kentucky. And that one knocked out. It'll stay with Mississippi State off the inbound. So State will pretty much inbound it about 2 feet over from where they were originally. Cam Matthews, the man who will trigger it for the Bulldogs. I don't know what we're waiting on here. Just kind of standing still.
Here's one of the officials is trying to make sure that I think the time on the board is not correct right now, so I think they're trying to get that straightened out.
Yeah, it had 82-10 on there. Right? You know what? I kind of wish it was 82-10. Maybe we have a lot more time to come back in this ball game. But the way Missouri's shooting, they probably just shoot more threes. Matthews going to trigger the inbound. State gets it in, and you get it to Keyshawn Murphy, who's fouled in the corner. That'll be the 6th team foul on the Tigers.
Yeah,
Rather, that'll be the 7th. So Murphy will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1.
Yeah, I wish Cam Matthews would have looked over a little bit over to the left as a wide-open Delquan Warren in the corner for a 3. Could have been something to tack on for the Bulldogs here in the second half.
Murphy can't get that one to fall. Rebound, though, gathered by Cam Matthews. He gets it back to his fellow big man Murphy, who lays it in. So they follow the missed free throw with a 2 inside the paint. 71-47, just over 8 minutes to play here in the ball game.
Missed the first of the 1-on-1, but redeemed himself.
Exactly. Perkins with the basketball deep in the left side. On the offensive end for Missouri, he'll move close to the top of the key, guarded by Delquan Warren. He'll kick it over right wing to Warwick. Warwick working on Josh Hubbard. They kick it over now to Cruz. Cruz moving left towards the left elbow, stops. He sees what he's going to do with the basketball here. Loses it, regains it, shoots a 2 that won't fall. And that's going to be another loose ball rebounding foul on the Missouri Tigers. It's going to be on Josh Gray.
How about Delquan Warren? Like finding his tail off the short point guard over against the 7-foot 260 center. He's not afraid.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, Delquan Warren, a young guy for State. I believe he is a freshman for MSU. Yeah, true freshman from New York. Yeah, I mean he's he has been a great defensive spark for MSU. Hadn't really seen him too much on the offensive end. That's something that I'm sure obviously he'll work on and fix in his game. But yeah, I mean boxing out. What was that guy? 7'2" boxing out Gray.
7', 260.
Yeah, I mean boxing him out all the way, earning the foul. He's going to have it at the line when we come back. But famous Maroon band, pep band in here trying to light a spark in the crowd as State's down 24 with a little bit of horse going on. But, John, I feel like we talked about State will be off during the week this week, and we'll be on the road at Georgia next Saturday. And I feel like that off game couldn't come at a better time after a game like this.
Could not have said it better. This has been the toughest stretch for Mississippi State so far. You've had a couple big wins here and there, but man, I mean, you've played some of the toughest teams in the SEC, some of the toughest teams in the nation, and right now I think some good needed rest would be the medicine that the Bulldogs squad needs. Here to finish out the season. Yeah,
you are exactly right. Bye week, basically a bye week is what I like to call it, would be huge. And then get back into the rhythm and go on the road. And Georgia is a tough team, and it's tough to win on the road in the SEC. So we're going to have to bring our A game next Saturday. But it's a game that you have a big opportunity, right? And we talk about those big opportunities. State's got to start converting at some point, because you don't want to find yourself falling too far down the line when it comes time for the NCAA tournament. Don't want to be fighting. You want to secure yourself early. But State, with the way the ball game looks today, not going to help themselves a 71-47 score. But yeah. Gotta capitalize with the bye week, get back to things on Saturday, hopefully come out with a win, and then, hey, you're right back in the thick of it, too, at home, because guess who's coming to town? A top 5 Florida team who's been absolutely lights out this year.
Yeah, Florida is not going to be an easy team to play at home. That'll be at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday night.
Warren misses his free throw. And fighting for the rebound is Cam Matthews, but he ended up stepping out of bounds with the ball in his hands, so it's going to go Missouri's way. Yeah, Florida they are a force to be reckoned with, and that guard combo of Clayton and Elijah Martin. Goodness gracious, I mean that team is definitely dangerous this year under Todd Golden. Missouri, though, has the basketball now. They'll take it down the floor. A layup underneath will fall. Left-handed layup by Perkins. Good transition offense for the Tigers. 73-47 now is the score. Delquan Warren with it on the left wing of the offensive end for State. Moves it into Murphy. Murphy stopped near the elbow. Gets it over to Josh Hubbard. His three-ball attempt is up. It is no good. Hubbard kind of has settled down after the hot start, but Mizzou has guarded him well since that hot start.
Not very many opportunities for Hubbard this afternoon in the second half.
So Mizzou within the offensive end. Warwick has the basketball. He kicks it back out. And driving the left side and making his layup is Trent Pierce from the block. And it is now a 75-47, almost a 30-point lead for Missouri at 28.
What a layup from Pierce. That is a tall, lanky athletic guy, and he's doing well for the Tigers today.
Warren going to try and put up a shot, won't go. Rebound, Keyshawn Murphy. He follows, though, makes a move inside on the post and gets the shot to go.
How about Murphy just getting his buckets here in the second half? He's definitely had to put this Bulldog squad on his back offensively.
So Perkins with it, the offensive end. He'll kick it inside, and it's going to be a foul called underneath. I think probably going to be on Delquan Warren of MSU. Just kind of trying to poke the ball free and got a little bit of the wrist.
Here's the official called it on R.J. Melendez. I think it's a little bit. I think R.J. got a bump on the backside of Robinson there at the end of the play.
Yeah, good catch there, John. It went on Melendez. I thought it could have been on Warren. He was poking the ball free, but yeah, Melendez was physical underneath too. So good catch there, John.
I think had that not been a blocking foul on R.J. Melendez, I think Delquan definitely could have had an easy two on the other end on the fast break.
Yeah, for sure. So Mizzou will inbound it, not quite in the bonus state with only 5 team fouls this half. They'll get the inbound in, and we'll drive inside the lane. It's another layup for Mizzou, won't go, but a rebound by Mitchell, who tried the shot to begin with, but the ball will go out of bounds, deflected off of Missouri. It'll be Mississippi State basketball. So Sean Jones will kick it into Delquan Warren. Will take it up the floor. He's kind of manning the point guard position these last couple of minutes, and they'll hand it off now to Cam Matthews. A good backdoor cut from Sean Jones. His floater, though, in the short corner, short. That's a rebound by Mark Mitchell, who'll take it up the floor on the right wing. Now to Perkins. Perkins with it deep right wing for Missouri, now into the corner. Now they kick it over left corner. Now swinging the basketball. Left wing three up and off left iron. No good for Marquez Warwick. Rebound to Woko, and Hubbard will try and push in transition, and we'll get it inside into Woko. Now to Sean Jones. 3-ball up, no good. Rebound to Woko. He'll kick out. 3-ball wide open, top of the key. Josh Hubbard off front iron, no good. Rebound Missouri.
And just Mississippi State just cannot buy a basket here in the second half. A few shots that probably should have gone down. A wide open three from Hubbard. He usually knocks those down.
So Missouri in the offensive end now. Mitchell with it, guarded by Sean Jones. Now they get it over to Marquez Warwick, now to the right wing to Tony Perkins. Perkins drives inside, kicks out left side, corner three, up and good. Big shot there for the Tigers. Big shot for Bates. Help get him going here late in the ball game. So State now trailing by 29. They kick it over to Josh Hubbard in the offensive end. His three goes right in on the right wing. Cuts it to 78-52 now.
Hey, how about Hubbard? He's going to get his numbers, though. 19 points on the day. At least love to see Hubbard back in his shooting form.
So Bates with it now at the top of the key, moving left elbow, driving into the paint. Fadeaway shot on Sean Jones. It somehow, goodness gracious, somehow rattles in. And it's now the 80-point mark for Missouri, 80-52, with now just under 4 minutes to play in the ballgame. Delquan Warren will have in the offensive end, top of the key, moves it over to Hubbard. Deep right wing three from the Atkerson Court logo, and he drains it. And he's now over 20 points on the afternoon with 22. You mentioned him getting his points. He's getting his today. That ball deflected from State on the full court press. They get to Hubbard again. Right wing three, up, off, back iron, no good. Ball tipped around. State trying to corral the rebound. It'll go with it. They'll call a foul on the floor on Missouri. They're going to call that one on Warwick. So after the media timeout, Mississippi State will have a 1-and-1 from the free throw line. So 80-55, 3:32 to play. We're going to take our last break of the ball game here, and we will get back to you for the rest of the game, and then we'll take a break and then finish up with our post game on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. So 80-55, MSU trails Missouri, 3.5 to play in the game. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Back here at the Humphrey Coliseum for the final 3 minutes and 32 seconds. State trails the game 80-55 to Missouri. Sean Jones going to shoot some free throws here, a 1-and-1 opportunity. Nails the first. So that's Sean Jones, his third point of the night. 1 of 1 from the free throw line now. He'll make his second. So 4 points for Sean Jones tonight. It's 88 now, 80-57. Pierce will check out of the game for Missouri. They'll bring in a man who's been big for him all game, Caleb Grill. He is in it now. Missouri has it in the offensive end, and they'll go to work as they get it past half court. Moving to Warwick, he'll dribble it out to the top of the key, trying to run some clock here. 18 on the shot clock and under 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the game clock. Warwick with it, top of the key. Guarded by Keyshawn Murphy. Now they'll switch to Nwoko guarding Warwick. A little bit of a mismatch. Warwick trying to beat him with his speed. He does. Kisses it off glass, and it falls for Marquez Warwick. Hubbard will run it down the floor and get a layup to go. So a quick fast break layup for Josh Hubbard, who now has got 24 points on the night. Missouri with it now on the left wing, and a foul on Josh Hubbard. A reach in as he reaches into Tony Perkins.
Yeah, there's a no call on Hubbard just a few seconds before that foul was called. Hubbard just jumped right over Perkins, but a no foul was called. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Keyshawn Murphy going to check in the game. He'll replace Cam Matthews for Mississippi State. Also, Tamar Bates will check out. If I can find the number, I'll tell you who checked in for him. That's going to be number 5, T.O. Barrett out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He has the basketball now, working with the top of the key, gets a screen from his big man, and now kicks it over to his fellow teammate Perkins. Perkins guarded by Delquan Warren, the top of the key, moving to the left elbow. Now fakes a dribble, moves it inside, and will get fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2. A shooting foul there with 2 minutes and 31 seconds. That foul on Michael Nwoko, his first of the afternoon. And so they'll have Perkins at the line, who's got 7 points tonight, John.
Yeah, Perkins, man, he's, like we talked about earlier, this is a team that has a lot of guys that are going to give you 7-8 points each night in and night out. And this is a team that just plays by committee. They are going to beat you on the defensive side of the ball, and then they're also going to do, well, pretty solid offensively all around. You know, you got 3, 4 guys nearly in 5 guys nearly in double digits. So, I mean, that's just 5 people alone, and then you've got a few guys that are, hovering around that mark.
Meanwhile, Hubbard has in the offensive end, goes up for a layup and can't get it to fall. So here comes Mizzou coming inside the lane. That should be a jump ball. And they will call it a jump ball to go with Mississippi State as they have the possession arrow. So 2:15 to play. Yeah, you mentioned everybody kind of scoring tonight, or rather this afternoon for Mizzou. 14 for Bates, 20 for Grill, 10 for Gray, 9 for both Pearson and Cruz. Yeah, everybody just has had a good game. And there's more Tigers with a good point totals this afternoon. So just over 2 minutes to play. Nwoko with the basketball now to Hubbard. He'll try a 3. It won't go. That one didn't even touch rim right there.
And that just sums up the day for Mississippi State basketball. Just a little bit short in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, I mean, another game, too, where you only have 2 Bulldogs in double digits. I mean, it's just been Josh Hubbard and Keyshawn Murphy. Can't have that. You got to be scoring all around, and that's something we haven't been able to do today. So meanwhile, Missouri with it, the offensive end. Gray with the basketball now to Barrett. Barrett driving inside, losing the basketball a little bit, still losing it, and working on the left elbow with his pivot foot. Kicks it corner, 3 ball up. It is going to fall as the shot clock expires. Boateng with the shot. The freshman out of Little Rock, Arkansas, he gets it to go 86-59 with 1:15 and counting to play.
And Boateng just throws up a prayer with a second left.
Good.
A nice floater there from Keyshawn Murphy.
Yeah, good shot right there. A hop step inside. Stadel with the game well out of reach. Stadel check in some of their reserves. Gachol will check into the game. Artavius Russell will check in. And it is also Harrison Alexander who will check into the ball game as well for Mississippi State. Delquan Warren and Michael Nwoko, the only ones left that were in the lineup previously on the floor. So Shaw, who has just checked into the game for Missouri, is going to inbound it, and it'll be Barrett who will bring it up the floor. Guarded by Delquan Warren. Barrett trying to go to work here. Got it on the left wing. Now kicks it to Marshall. Marshall with the basketball now goes out of bounds off of Missouri.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Marshall wanted the back cut from his teammate, but a turnover. Now Mississippi State ball with under a minute.
Delquan Warren will take it up the floor. Move it in, trying to get it into Nwoko, and he's fouled by T.O. Barrett. And that'll send Delquan to the line. It'll now be a double-double for Mississippi State, so guaranteed 2 shots for Delquan. The redshirt sophomore, or rather he is the true freshman, out of, I believe, Houston, Texas. No, Erie, Pennsylvania. True freshman out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Like I said, has been a good defensive threat this year for State. He misses the first one and misses both. So Missouri will get the offensive rebound, or rather the defensive rebound. I'll take it up the floor. Barrett with the basketball. Now to Shaw. Shaw working with it to the left wing. Gives it back to Barrett. Barrett moving left wing, guarded by Michael Nwoko. Nwoko knocks it free, but retained by Missouri. Now back to Barrett. 5 on the shot clock. Barrett got to go with it now. 4 on the shot clock. Barrett, step back, left wing 3, blocked by Nwoko. Good job by Mike right there on that possession. But a turnover from Harrison Alexander. It'll be a free dunk for Peyton Marshall, the reserve for Missouri. And so now an 88-61 ball game. 8 seconds on the clock. Nwoko just going to jack up a 3. It won't go off back iron. Missouri doesn't even have to take it across the half-court line because this game is over. A less than impressive ball game today from MSU. Missouri travels to Starkville from Columbia, Missouri, and gets a massive 88-61 win. Number 20 in the country is Missouri, and they beat the number 14 Bulldogs. State goes 0-2 on this week. Not good for MSU, and MSU will fall to 16-5 and 4-5 on the year.
And this is just a type of loss that just hurts your feelings. You know, you think you lose a heartbreaking game against Alabama by 4 points at 8 o'clock, a late-time thriller, and then you come out to playing one of the hottest teams in the SEC in Missouri, and you just show up and it doesn't come out the way that you expect. Mississippi State is 6.5-point favorite to win this game, and it just felt like they weren't there from the get-go.
Yeah, my mistake on the record. State now 16-6 and 4-6, I believe, in the SEC. Bulldogs just, a struggle from the start. And the final score, Missouri 88, Mississippi State 61. We will be back in just a second for the post-game show. You're listening to Mississippi State Basketball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Back now on the Bulldog Student Sports Network for the post-game show. An 88-61 Missouri win over your Mississippi State Bulldogs. John, what are your just overall thoughts on the ball game? What in this game, State didn't do a lot right, so what did you think State did wrong tonight? What can State improve on as we go into a week where we are off? And we'll play Georgia next Saturday. What can State improve on up until then?
Yeah, we could always harp on the wrong. We'll just keep it a little short on the wrong stuff that happened today. It starts off with energy. I think that's number one. Energy. Mississippi State did not come out ready to play this game. That they came out really cold. The energy in the entire room, you could just feel how low it was. Number one is energy. Number two is defense. This is a team that Chris Jans, when he came in here, we were holding teams to 65 points or less, and that is just not the case here today. The defensive intensity is not the same. The game planning is not the same. There's guys that just don't want to get ready and defend, and you have guys like Caleb Grill that'll come out and shoot the lights out against you and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right there with the energy. I think Mississippi State just came out flat-footed, and that kind of added to the issue today. You mentioned Caleb Grill. He had a fantastic afternoon for Missouri. 20 points for him on 6 3-point shots made. He's getting interviewed right now on TV, as he deserves to, because he is most definitely the MVP of the ball game for Missouri. Just kind of made the difference for the Tigers today. Yeah, it was a big game for him. For Mississippi State, who do you think kind of played well today? If you could point out anybody, point out maybe one or two guys that you think played well that Mike can build on their game, at least from a, just a them standpoint.
Well, there's two guys that I think stood out to me, and there's two guys that I think need to improve. There's two guys, Josh Hubbard and Keyshawn Murphy. They're building off of last game. Hubbard, 38 points, comes out today, gets 24 points, shoots the ball very efficiently. Keyshawn Murphy, the exact same thing, finished with 16. But there's two guys that have been that spark plug for us and that have not been that spark plug for the past two games, and that is Riley Kugel and that's R.J. Melendez. And these are guys that, one, I would say that R.J. Melendez is that defensive guy that can be that motor and can be able to get steals and get fast break points. And Riley Kugel is supposed to be that offensive firepower that we didn't have. And whenever he doesn't show up to play, it's these games where we show up as an offense and we're not ready.
Yeah, you talk about Hubbard and Murphy for sure. They were very efficient today. They were efficient last game, and they were your two Bulldogs in double digits this afternoon, as well as being the two Bulldogs that were the only two in double digits last ball game against Alabama. Yeah, they played well today. Definitely need to build off their performance. And Kugel and Melendez. Melendez only plays 19 minutes today. Kugel only plays 12. You start to wonder, too, Melendez got hurt that last game against Alabama. You maybe wonder if something's nagging at him a little bit. Kugel, struggled. I know he missed the Auburn game. I think he might have missed one more, from that injury that he had in the Kentucky ball game. So maybe wonder if he's got something nagging at him as well. But, hey, you get the week off this week up until Saturday. So maybe you can take care of those nicks and bruises and get rid of them and have your team healthy and ready to go next Saturday. But, yeah, definitely need R.J. Melendez and Riley Kugel to step up. They are a two key players for MSU and the success for MSU this season. So, that is our broadcast. Missouri defeats Mississippi State 88-61. Mississippi State men's basketball will be on the road next Saturday against Georgia in Athens, and from then they'll be at Florida. Their next game at the Hump will be at Florida on Tuesday, February 11th. I believe our next broadcast will be the Arkansas women's basketball game during the week. So look forward to that. Follow us on X, on Instagram. We post there every now and then. And we post on X. We post our links to the channel and to the stream. And be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube here for Mississippi State Athletics. For John Wesley Cochran, I'm Ty Goldman. You have been listening to Mississippi State basketball. It's an 88-61 defeat for MSU. Thank you, and Hail State.